Hi, I'm John Kneebone. Welcome to my video diary. The first episode, in fact, of this video diary, where you find me on Christchurch, one of the syndicate lakes, part of the Lynch Hill complex. Got a couple of nights here, did last night, so I'm halfway through before I need to venture further away from home in Cornwall, over to a private syndicate in Essex. And at the moment, I'm sort of in a bit of a dilemma. Woke up last night, had a little listen for some fish, could hear some fish to my left. The swims to my left are vacant, empty. As such is the way on busy lakes like Christchurch. It seems like swims occupied to my right and the fish, being pressured, have leaked into the empty swims to the left. The dilemma is do I move into one of those swims or do I sit tight? Because Christchurch being Christchurch, I'd bet my bottom dollar that a couple of anglers will be turning up today to occupy those swims. Now, the disturbance that those anglers are going to make, I'm pretty sure that would move fish up in front of me where my traps are already set. I've got no disturbance, everything's nice and quiet, a pretty good chance of a take to that. Or do I move into one of those vacant swims and take the gamble that I might be the one that then disturbs those fish, moves a lot of them away from those swims, up in front of the anglers' rods that are like in this area and to my right. I don't really know what to do yet. I'm sort of watching the water this morning. As you can see, got the sun coming up above the opposite bank, shining down on my face. I've seen a couple of fish sort of moving in my direction, so hopefully it's only sort of 7:30 still, got time for a bite yet, plenty of time to make my mind up, and we'll see what happens. Well, that's the rods out for the night. It's not been a very good day today really. It's been sort of hot and sunny, not a lot of wind, not great conditions for carp fishing, and because of that there's not been a lot of activity. Just before the sun got up too high this morning, I did see a few fish out in front of me, so I was quite happy to stay put in this swim. And as I thought, it didn't take long for an angler to go a couple of swims down to my left. So I'm hoping that any fish that are in that area will soon move back up to this central area of the lake tonight. The only real drawback of today is I don't feel that I've been fishing that well. I think when you've got poor conditions and things like that, you've got to try and do as many things as you can right. So when it's a nice low air pressure, it's drizzly, southwesterly wind, there's fish boshing everywhere and they're having it, you probably get away with a cast that doesn't quite go down right, or a bit too much bait or too little. You can get away with a few more things. But I think when the chances of a take are reduced due to things out of your control like the weather, the things that you can do in your control, you need to do better and you need to get spot on. Now today, I didn't really do that. My spodding was a bit wayward, a few spods didn't hit the clip, a few hit the clip a little bit too hard and the wind took them away from a baited area. And then on top of that, when I was having a little lead around trying to find my areas and everything like that, I probably made too many casts. So I might have wrenched the swim a little bit and pushed a few fish away, only time will tell. They're all out bob on now, so hopefully we might get a take tonight. All I can do now really is sit back, put my stir fry on, and we'll see what happens. There we go, first fish of the session, just a little scraper 20 common. Took a lot of effort to get it in actually, it took to the weed, weeded me up solid. I needed to go out in the boat to land it out in the dark. So not the biggest fish, but at least I know I've done something right to get a take. So anyway, let's slip it back. Catch your breath. Okay, didn't receive any more action last night after that low 20 common. Just got the 2 rods left in the water now. Everything's packed away, just giving the couple of rods just a little bit longer. I didn't recast that rod back to the spot last night. Main reason for that was I was fishing 2 rods on one baited area, very, very close together. Reason being, if I was to get a take, I could leave the other one out there fishing without the disturbance of a recast. Nice plan, but backfired on me a little bit because I had to go out in a boat and cause disturbance that way. Anyway, at least we've had one. Now, just quickly show you the rig that I was using last night. Got a 3 foot length of adaptive camo leg haul there in gravel brown, going down to the nice new slick leg clips. Always like to use a leg clip in a weedy situation because I like to get rid of the lead straight away. Gets the fish up high in the water, a lot easier playing them, you're going to land more fish. Little anti-tangle sleeve covering up my quick change swivel, and then I've got a coated braid hook link there, which is the Cortex from Fox, little sort of 4 or 5 inch hook link there, going down to a little pop-up, 10mm pop-up, pineapple pop-up from Mainline. That's sat on a little micro swivel, so there's plenty of movement, also adds a little bit of weight to counterbalance the pop-up because these pop-ups are really buoyant. And I've then got a size 8 SSSP hook. This is actually the rig that I used last night. I hooked that fish on. You can see how sharp that still is, even though I landed a fish out in all that weed. So it's testament really to the fact of you don't always need a big hook when you're fishing in weedy situations. Far more important to have a strong hook that's razor sharp. Once it's in, it's not coming out. Right, well that's the rig. Give these rods maybe another 10 minutes, 20 to 10. The sun's already beating down on me. It's going to be another hot day, but I need to reel in, get myself up to the car park, get my backside around the M25 over to Essex for another few nights on a private syndicate over there. So I'll catch up with you later on. Hi, welcome back to my video diary, where you find me 3 nights into my session over on the private Essex syndicate that I told you about. Absolutely stunning lake, and the trip started off really well. First night in, had 2 mid-20 mirrors through the night, and the following night thought I was in for a few more fish, but sadly it's been absolutely deadly quiet ever since. From what I can gather, the lake doesn't see a lot of angling pressure, and the last couple of nights, which is partly the reason I've come over, there's been quite a few of us here having a bit of a social for a friend's birthday. So maybe all the lines in the water has sort of shocked the fish into not feeding, and we've not had the activity that this lake is sort of known for. But I suspect that the real reason is the fact of it's the 2nd of October today. Yesterday was 29 degrees. Temperatures unheard of for this time of year, and no doubt we'll be hearing that 29 degrees is probably the warmest day in October for hundreds of years. Well, I've just come down today. I've tried to rest my swim. I'm still confident that I could get a bite from that swim because I've had a couple of fish. I've kept the bait going in. I'm probably going to be the only one on the lake tonight, so I think I've got a good chance of fish coming back. Now, so what I've done to try and help that is I've reeled in, I've come down to the other end of the lake just to have a go, just lay a couple of rods on the ground, minimum of kit, and see if I can pick one up. And that's doing 2 things. I've got a chance of an opportunist fish, and I've seen a couple of fish down this end. In the shallow water it's a lot easier to be able to see any fish, but in the same breath it's not black with fish down here either, so I'm guessing it's probably fish sort of spread all over the lake at the minute. The other thing that it's doing, like I say, resting my swim. There's no lines at all up at the other end of the lake now, where, like I say, the last couple of nights there's been a lot of pressure. So we'll give it a couple of hours down here, see if we can pick one up. If not, we'll get back up into the swim, get them out for the night. I've got one more night tonight, and hopefully I can bag another fish. Well, it's been an absolutely crazy last hour or so. After nipping down to the shallows just to see if I could just nip one out, come back to me swim, got them out for the night. I'm the only one on the lake. Conditions have improved a little bit. Around about 3:45 in the morning, I had my first take. Sadly that one came off. I lost it in a bit of weed down to my right. Got that rod back out. A little while later, my left hand rod went off with a nice fish that I've put in the sack to show you in the morning, bit of a lump. And then I was just putting a bag on that rod just to get that one back out. And the rod that did me the first take has gone away again with this little mirror, £21.10. So I'll get this one back, try and get 3 rods back in the water again for a little while, and see if I can get another one. Here we go. Here's the fish that I sacked up a little while ago. Really pleased with this one. First episode of Kneebones Diary, and we've got a good one. 34 pounds, 14 ounces. Like all the takes I've had over here in Essex, caught this on a mainline 14mm bottom bait, balanced with half of a bright dumbbell pop up on a size 8 long shank hook, armour point hook, Cortex hook link, and a little one of the slick lead clips just to get rid of the lead with a little bit of weed in the lake. As you can probably hear, a few cars going by now. It's early morning, people on the way to work. So I need to get this fish back, get packed away, get back to Cornwall, get all the kit ready, back on the bank, and hopefully I'll meet up with you again for another episode of Kneebones Diary. I'll see you later.